Hi, everyone. Good evening from Johannesburg, South Africa. This evening, I get to speak to Fadeen Mia, who is by occupation a senior project manager. His career is a film and media producer, director, and actor. He's currently making content that is proudly South African, which we are looking forward to. Fadeen is also an entrepreneur, managing director of Fadeen Productions. Hello, Fadeen. How are you?
I'm good. Good to be here. Terence, put yourself on mute.
Okay.
Tell the little one I said hi. Cool, cool. Good to
Okay.
be here, Shima. It's awesome. It's really good to be here. Thanks for having me. And yeah, really excited, man. You're doing some really big things. Great stuff. Awesome. Well done.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to listening to what you have to tell us because I think, so much has happened in 3 years. I know when I last saw you, that was about 3 or 4 years ago, and you
hmm
were acting in a movie, but I think we're going to hear all about your journey in the last 3 years. And I think you're going to really inspire a lot of people today. But before we go into that, I'm sure the audience wants to know who is Fadeen Mia, where you come from, a little bit about your background. You can share anything on this platform. It's a very informal chat show.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, oof, there's so much. I think just do the exciting stuff. I guess I've been in the media industry for a while. I think I started at about 23, 24, the bug bit. And I kind of started off in front of camera and then realizing that in order to make this industry, as you should know, lucrative, you need to get behind camera and start producing your own stuff. So I took the leap to do that about 5 years ago. I started Fadeen Productions, 2017, 2016, round about there, and was very blessed and successful, and was able to given this gift to go ahead and actually create and make my own film. And things really took off. I managed to shoot SABC show and I produced it. I managed to get in front of camera for a film that did really well, Broken Promises Forever. And the hits was just rolling. And obviously building up to that, a very shy kid, I guess growing up, very bad skin, and not very confident. And then, when the skin got right, the confidence flew, and just loved life all the way through. And then, yeah, just on top of the world, thought I knew everything. Had this image which needed to be kept up. Loved the attention and really just went with everything. And then, yeah, just everything came crashing down, which is quite a harsh word to use now, but the truth is really just came in with massive eye-opening, a big awakening. And I think that's where this whole journey of mine started. And it's quite crazy. It's quite crazy, Shimona, because there's like this life before all of this happened, and then this happened, and now I'm like this completely. There's like this new person, that has so much more to share. And when I think about who I was before all of this happened, it's amazing because you're just like, wow, was that me? And don't get me wrong, there's no regret. It's just like you really just want to give that kid a hug and go, it's gonna be okay. And then yeah, through everything that I've been blessed to go through and learn and has actually forced me to get here. I thought that it's time now to really share it with the world and be able to tell people and show them that there's tools out here that we can use for this world. We're not as lost as we think we are, and it wasn't taught to us. It wasn't. And yeah, it brings me here today where I'm sitting and just going, wow, like this is life. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And yeah, just how do we make the most out of our life? That's the important question.
Awesome. I think you have a wonderful story to share, and I think you're going to inspire so many people today. But just to unpack a little bit of what you said. So, you said you had a really inferior complex because you had bad skin growing up. How
Mhm.
did it feel at the time? Because I know a lot of teenagers we go through that, adults go through that. But how did it
Mm.
feel, and how did you overcome all of that? Because now your skin is cleared, and you're out in the world, and you want to just conquer everything. How did that all happen? The transition, because I think that is so important to share with everybody out there.
So at that time, I'm like 16 years old, and I have like this clear skin, and then suddenly you get this one like pimple, and then next thing it just like, what the hell just happened? Because everything just comes out. And the thing is that it lasted till I was like close to 20, actually. And it was bad. Like I'd wake up in the morning, and if I just had like acne on the sides, I was happy. Like I was getting it everywhere. And the thing is, when I think back at it now that you speak about it, and this is what we'll go into, is that it was truly a reflection of what I felt like inside, because that's how this works. And that's where we're going to get into the magical stuff a bit later. But the thing is, it was truly something that hits your confidence in such a terrible level. There was a stage where I didn't want to leave the house. And then obviously finally went, there was very bad stigma around Roaccutane and everything that came with it. But one of the best things that helped me, because I went on, like, I think I was on 3 pills in the morning and 3 in the evening. That's how strong it was. Yeah. But it cleared, thank God, man upstairs. And then it brought a brand new confidence, like a new zest and love for life. But truly, one of the most trying times through that period, it's the time where you want to be popular with girls, you want to getting job interviews. Funny enough, I went to do, my brother did a small stint as a flight attendant, and he did this work. He's only quite decent cash, and I thought, oh, I'll do it as well. And I actually got declined at the interview because my skin was so bad. So they said, look, there's no way you can be working on the plane if this is what it looks like, in a very nice way. And back then you're all depressed, but it's amazing how, and funny enough, I've sort of picked the saying up, God's rejection is God's protection. And it's amazing how, thank God that didn't work out. Otherwise, I might have been like a flight attendant on planes right now, and I don't think I'd be very happy with that. But definitely a massive transition. And I think it's like these pinnacle moments in your life where things happen to you, and then things turn, and it opens all these doors, and it's what you do with those doors that matter. And I think when that door opened, I really did take quite a big leap into being in my life. And yeah, it was a big moment, but I'm just glad. I'm like a girl now. I spend so much money on my
On
skin.
your
It's
skincare.
unbelievable.
But that is amazing. It's in thing these days. Men using makeup, and there's business out there. If somebody wants to start a brand, do it for men, because there's so much money out there. But I love your story, because I think you're going to help so many people, just to boost their confidence right now.
Mm,
I'm like 50 something and I still get pimples and stuff. But luckily, as women, we can use makeup to cover up. But the men,
yeah,
and you're growing up in school, you still have to be exposed. You can't wear makeup to school. I'm talking
sure.
about the girls. So yeah. But look at you now. I mean, Fadeen, the Fadeen that I know is an actor, because that's when I met you a few years ago. Where are you in terms of your
Uh-huh.
acting career?
So first things first, you don't look in your 50s, so big up on that. So you need to tell us what's the secret of that side, so we know.
It's you
Um,
people. You
but
guys
yeah,
keep it young. Having a show like this and talking to you, and just mingling and with the positive people. I think the positive energies.
mm, absolutely, absolutely. I think that's what it's all about. But yeah, as an actor, I tell you, Shmula, it's grown so much. It's not the same person that it was when I shot the last film. And there's so much exciting things coming, which I'll and probably share a little bit later on. But the thing is, the actor that went in front of camera 3 years ago and was there for the fame and fortune, and it was just an incredible feeling to be able to be in front of camera, but also the attention that you got. It was this thing of your name in lights, and it was all about that. And I don't believe I know there's big things ahead, very big things, bigger than what it was 3 years ago. And because of that, I had to learn valuable lessons. And being an actor has changed so much for me. There's so much more respect for the craft. There's so much more respect for the art that comes in it. I've been very quiet for the last probably 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. And it was all good because I just finished an amazing book called Green Lights, which is Matthew McConaughey's biography. And it's just incredible how much learning and growth you take being an artist. I mean, literally, he used to gets in a plane and he goes and stays in like the Amazon for like three weeks, 4 weeks at a time just to find himself again. And it's been that kind of journey. So the actor Fadeen is different now. I think those hero roles that's out there is important, but it's also so much more than that. Being able to be vulnerable, I think with the first post that went on social media is a sign of where I'm growing as an actor, as a being, as a human being, as a person. And it comes with a lot of vulnerability, a lot of letting yourself go. And yeah, as an actor, I want to take this craft to the next level. I want to really take it to where it should be. And I'm excited for what's coming. I really am. And yeah, I'm excited to share it with the world, but most importantly, just share it with me as the reason I'm here, and what I was meant to do.
That's wonderful. I'm so looking forward to the new Fadeen. We love the old Fadeen, but we're looking forward to the new. But Fadeen, just we're talking about the past 3 years. We lost you on social media. You weren't around. Take me through that journey. What happened during that time?
So when the film went on in lights, it did really well at box office. It doubled up what everybody thought it would do. And we had an incredible film sale, and we went to cinema, and it was fever all round. And then I got to produce a show on SABC, and it kept coming. I got another film role after that. And it's amazing, the outside world, everything was amazing. I was rocking it. Life was great, but you had no idea what was going internally because then there was money issues. So there was money issues, and there was suddenly when you're in the lights, I guess it's the energy. You got to protect your energy. It's important.
Sorry,
And
when you
there
say
was
money
just a lot of
issues,
conflict.
sorry, when you say money
Yeah.
issues, was it personal or was it money that you were supposed to get?
I think it's everything. It was just everything. It was incredible how quickly just situations rose. It wasn't coming in as it was supposed to. Suddenly I was owing, and you just didn't understand why. Like it was supposed to be great, and what was supposed to come in end of the month ended up coming in like 8 months later. And I found myself like having to go, okay, it's fine, I'll take from this person and give here. And when you look again, you're like, whoa, I'm spiraling. I'm spiraling because like it's not what I thought it would be. Yet
Mm-hmm.
in the outside world, you're playing this part. And I think that was one of the biggest things because one of my values in life now is authenticity. And the new art that's coming out, which you'll see, which is soon, is all about authenticity because it's incredible how we lose that trying to play a picture. Now you need to put on the show. And friends, close friends, became foes. They became, not friends anymore. And the truth is, it wasn't their fault. It was mine for starters. It was mine because you caught up in this role and you just don't know where you're going and what you're doing and you're making silly decisions and you're starting to see people for who they are and it got insane. And the thing is, it becomes quite an incredible space where you wake up one day and you go, whoa, what just happened? Because I quit, I resigned from my corporate job. I went full into the film, which was an incredible feeling when it started. But you got to work harder. If you become an entrepreneur and a businessman, you got to work harder than you've ever worked before. It's not easy. And these are the things that you should have learned prior. And and I guess when the hard lessons come, which this is how it works, when you are destined for bigger things, remember this, you will get tougher challenges. That's how it works. You will get bigger issues, bigger things to conquer. And if you can't manage it, it gets taken away until you're ready to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was that, and it was just like deals that we were ready to shoot the next film fell through, and it just didn't come. And it was months of work that just went off, and you were like, "What is going on?" It's happening. And I'll never forget there was a time where I was just sitting and everything just fell. Like I was, and don't get me started on the media. Like then I was getting taken out by the media, and it was like I was just like, "Whoa, I didn't even do that." And it was just all coming at once, and it was this overwhelming feeling of where I won't forget, I like took a walk out of the place the one day, and I just put my hands on my head, and I was like it's done, I'm done, in debt, like it's not working, it's not what I thought it was. How do I go back to the life I had? People expect this. It was all of this encompasses, and it's amazing that what turned out to be the worst moment in my life was actually the best. And I think if we all think about those times where the worst thing that happens to you is actually, if you look back at it, one of the best things, because that's basically God, higher power, universe, source, the big white rabbit, whatever you want to call it, pushing you because you're not doing it yourself. And if you don't do something yourself, it's going to do it for you. It has to. That's how it works. God always works in your favor. It doesn't, it's always never against you. It's always for you. But you don't see it at the time because now you need to push. And through all of that that is why the quietness on social media, because there was just, what was the point? Then obviously I was a comfort eater. So I moved from chicken breast, brown rice and broccoli to pizzas and Burger King and everything else, which was a good time. It wasn't a good time for the mind and for the body. So then you don't realize, like, you pick up weight. And oh my God, we are what we eat, because whatever you put in affects your mind. And then I was sitting in the space where I'll never forget, I stopped going to gym. I just stopped training. And I was like, what's the point, right? And I stepped on the scale and it weighed 108 kgs. I'll never
Are
forget
you
that day.
kidding me?
Yes, and I was 84. I was 84 kgs. Like, I was ripped, had a six pack. I was like, and jumped and I was 108, and I was like,
My
you don't
God.
see it, right? Yeah, and I was like, wow. But the thing is, the crazy part is you convincing yourself that it's okay, it's fine. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yes, I know everybody
And
says, I will start
yes,
tomorrow, or I'll do it next week, or next month. And
Monday, yeah, we'll do
yes.
Monday, yeah, we'll start Monday, don't worry. And the thing is that next days kept on becoming the next and the next and the next, and this had to happen. So, and I mean, it wasn't just it happened and you came out. It's been a process, and it still is a process today, but it's such a beautiful process. And yeah, so it's taken a while. I think it's taken me a bit to get back on, but it's a much more freer feeling for social media. It's amazing how much I was also trying to put up for the crowd. And yeah, it's different now, eh? It's different. I'm glad it is. And every day it just gets better.
So, what was your motivating factor to get back on track, get to the gym, and start eating properly again?
So this is the thing, right? You I can motivate you and you can be motivated for now, but if you don't change your mind, you're not going to get it. And I think that's the biggest thing. And I trained quite a bit of my life. Half of my life I've been in the gym. And the thing is, it was easy for me to go gym. Like, let's go, get on the treadmill, run until you weigh 800, 108 kgs. And then you tell yourself, get on the treadmill. You know how difficult it is. So it has really humbled me. It's humbled me to understand people. It's humbled me to understand what you go through as an individual. And it's not easy. So it's not as simple as, eat healthier or get on the treadmill or be happy. It's not, because why? Why is it like that? And this is where my journey started, because I I started off in a life course. I did a life course, which actually rebooted a lot. But then my mind went to a space of, why do we do this? Like, what is the reason? It's easy for me to go, Shamila, please go do this or do that. But there must be a reason why we act this way, because we know it's not good for us, but we still do it, right?
Mhm.
So there must be a reason. And I've gone down this incredible journey of just learning the human body and the psyche and the mind and religion and spirituality and science and energy. They're all saying the same thing, and it's all an incredible thing of why we're here. So the most motivating factor, I think, really is just for me. I've had this fascination with Superman my whole life, and it wasn't until today. I've still got it. I've actually got it in my hand now.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I've got the thing. So the thing is, I've always wondered why. Why this? Do I want to save the world? There's something, but it's all of that. It's about being able to help this world and being superhuman. And the insane part is that we are all superhuman. We're just putting ourselves down through what we do every day. And that's where this motivation factors come in. And that's why I want to create optimal beings. Like, if there is such a thing, I want us to be optimal. I want us to operate optimally, be Superman, all of us. And we have the potential to do that. And that's my motivating factor.
I just want to take a step back, Fadeen. How did you change your entire mindset? Now, you were eating unhealthily, you weren't going to gym, you were just packing on all the weight, and then suddenly something hit and you had to
Yeah.
do this whole transition and transformation. How did that happen?
All right, so let me tell you why we are not going to the gym, eating healthy. We are not looking after ourselves. We are not happy because we don't understand ourselves. And when we start understanding ourselves, we'll be able to make the change. And this is where the interesting part comes in. Traumas, your past traumas, that is one of your biggest factors that's stopping you right now. You have to understand that we are the most incredible computer like software in the universe. This thing right here is incredible. Whatever it looks at, whatever it's introduced to, it becomes. That's purely it. That's it. You don't have to go anywhere. The house that you grow up in, the religion that you follow, the what you introduce yourself to, your friend circle, you are that. That is what it is. The TV shows that you watch, you are that. You have to start changing your mind. You have to start introducing yourself to different things. And that's where you see that the changes are going to come. It's not even about training anymore, Shamila, I promise you. It's not even about eating healthy. It's just about being able to feed this avatar that we've created so well, so that the mind works so well, so that we're able to contribute to this world the way we should. And that's really like the motivating factor. That's what allows me to do it. Because if your mind is clear, I mean, on a good day, you could do anything. If you're feeling on top of the world, you want to do things, you get up, you're feeling motivated. But the next day you get up and you dip, and then you don't want to get up. You don't want to gym, you don't want to eat healthy. You also don't want to be a nice person because now you're starting something inside of you wants the world to hurt. And things like your past traumas, that's one of the biggest things that you need to deal with. And I've never like done that. I've realized, why am I this? Why do I want to be this guy? Why do I want to build this big body? Why do I want to be so cool? What's the reason for it? And it's because of what I've gone through as a kid, because of what I've gone through as a child. And it's nobody's fault. It is, but it's no longer, because I've realized our parents, like, they mess us up. And not in the most loving way. Like, you don't understand. As a parent, you are going to mess your kid up. It's just the way it is. You can be the most loving parent possible. You will do too much for them and they're going to struggle in the world. You do too little, they're going to struggle. The idea is to understand that there's a reason why you're going through that, because it's going to build you to who you are in life. And when you can start accepting what you've gone through, you'll be able to start letting go. So I'll give you mine, right? I have always been okay being alone. It's just been something in me. And in relationships, I struggled. I struggled in relationships because as soon as there was issues, I was out the door. Done. I'm done. It's over. And I would find myself breaking up, coming back, breaking up. And it's only in my current relationship that I'm with someone who gives me enough space and time to work on this. Because she's like, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right here. And the thing is, in my previous relationship, I'd run. And then I realized it's because my parents did that. My parents have been in and out their whole life. So I've adapted that. And when I go deeper into it, it happened when I was in the womb. And it might go a little bit weird now, but it's real. In the womb, my mom was going through like a divorce with my dad. And I actually, as a fetus, picked that up. So the feeling of being alone came up, and I actually built a defense mechanism around me to make sure this will never happen again. So if somebody's about to hurt me, I go, I run. And the thing is that when you start understanding yourself, you understand why your behaviors are like this. There's nothing wrong with the defense mechanism. I'm protect myself, but I don't need to because I'm not that kid anymore. I don't need to run anymore. Now, things like this makes you understand why. Why do I pick up weight? Why am I always eating the wrong food? Why do I always? It's because it's what you've been introduced to. And it's a process of understanding yourself. It's a process of going deep inside. And when you can do those things, such magical things happen. You have no idea. It's incredible.
Wow. Funny you speak about the womb story. I heard that before.
Hmm.
The fetus actually picks up these energies of what the
Hmm.
mother is actually going through. And I did hear that before. And I think I also read about it. But it's very, very interesting, Fadeen. What would be your advice to people out there, especially with your journey, what you've been through?
So, what I can tell you is that, there's whatever you're going through in your life, first of all, it's a reason for. If you're not feeling nice, if you're feeling that you're struggling with something, it's because your body and your soul is telling you something is wrong. So don't push it away. First surrender to it. First make sure that you realize something is not right. if things keep happening to you and you realize yourself like, why are things happening? It's happening for a reason. It has to happen. So start there. How long it lasts, though, that's up to you. Because if you stay in that space forever, then you're going to always be there. Something that's really helped me, though, that I can tell you is start adapting rituals. Start putting in good habits in your life, things that are going to help you manage these things. So something that's really helped me is meditation. And I've never really been one for meditation. I think because I trained, that was my meditation. It helped my body get to a state of presence. And I know that this is the trendy thing. I know a lot of people are doing the spirituality and the meditation, but if you understand it correctly, it is exactly what it is. It's been spoken 10,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing it. So why are we not doing it now? And the thing is that what meditation does is it purely takes the busy mind. Your mind is scattered. It's worried about what you're going to do later. Shamila's thinking about, I hope this thing is recording. She's thinking about, I need to do this later. I need to pick this up. All of these things are going through your mind, and you need to settle it. You were never built to do that, because when your mind is doing that, it's affecting your body. And the thing is, that's what makes you sick. Because when you're not fully in your moment, if I'm not fully here and I'm just focused on you, Shamila, and I'm just speaking from what I want to, then my energy is scattered elsewhere. And your energy is not fully within your body and it's not fixing. And the thing is, meditation has been incredible. And trust me, 10, 15 minutes in the morning, it will change your entire day. When you wake up, just do it. Just do it, because you don't want to get into the busy day without giving yourself the time. Something else that I've done also is TV. I have like cut a lot of my TV time down. So the binging of Netflix, that's done. I've opened books. So I've literally said, let me start reading again. And it's been one of the best things ever. It's helped my vocabulary, it's helped my articulation. It's just helped me all around work the mind. If you don't use your mind, you're going to lose it. Like if you don't use your brain, you lose it. It's a muscle. It really is. And then there's breathing. Like, have you realized that if you're going through a tough time, you get shallow breathing, right? So if you're in a panic mode, your breath starts to go less. So if you work it the other way, just breathe deeply and you'll get away the panic, because they work simultaneously together. I hope that makes sense. So if you under stress, you're gonna have shallow breathing. If you're relaxed, you have deeper breathing. So next time you're feeling stressed out, just breathe deeply and you change the feeling. It changes around. So there's those things. It's also, I mean, exercise. Like, you don't need to go pick up weights in the gym. Just move the body, because when you move your body, incredible things happen to you. Your cells start moving differently. It operates you. Yeah, so I could talk about this for hours.
I know.
I mean, do you know, like we don't even, our bodies have so many different consciousness, so many different beings within us. Like there's microbes, there's bacteria, there's all of these things hold their own feelings and like emotions practically. So they're controlling our body. They really are. So the thing is, if that's the case, like you need to look after those. You need to feed them the right stuff. You need to exercise. You need to make sure they're getting what they need. And that's how you're able to control your mind. So one of the biggest things, like, and I think to sum it all up, is just take some time to yourself. Focus on yourself for a while. Indian woman syndrome, we all know, right? Women, they focus, kids, husband, everybody else comes first, not you. Stop that. That shit needs to stop.
Yeah.
Seriously, it needs to stop. You need to focus on yourself. Give yourself the time. Everybody else will look after themselves when the time comes. And I think that to me is like one of the most important things. When you give yourself time, stop worrying about people. People worry about you for 5 minutes in their life and then they move on. They've got their own life to worry about.
I
They're
love
going to
that.
talk
I
about,
love
hey,
that
Shamala,
advice.
Shamala.
I really love that. Stop worrying about other people, concentrate on yourself. That is so important. But I just want to take a step back, in terms of meditation. I meditate, not every day, although I should be doing it every day, but I do it for about 10 minutes. And I don't do the same, I don't have the same sort of meditation sort of theme or song or talk or whatever. I tend to go onto YouTube and I find something appropriate for that day. So it's always something different just to stimulate my mind. And, I hate it when people say that they don't have time, because you can actually structure your day accordingly. Get up 10 minutes earlier just to get that in and start your day off. It's the best thing ever that you could do to just get your mind active to start that day.
Mm. And if you want encouragement, let's put it this way. Read a book called The 5 a.m. Club. One of the biggest
The
advice
5
given by
a.m. club.
millionaires. The 5 a.m. Club, right? Beautiful,
Yes,
right? Tell me you
yes,
read it.
love it. Yes,
Yes, yes. So the biggest advice given by millionaires, if you want some encouragement, is they wake up in the morning and they give their first hour of their day to themselves. Because the way you start your day is going to dictate how your day is going to go. And if you
absolutely.
start your day off rushed out, you're jumping, you're getting in the car, you bring the kids, you're already gonna have a busy day. It's just the way it is. But take that hour. Don't look at your phone. Oh my God, please do not look at your phone in the morning. Just leave that thing alone. Get up. First thing, get up, do some reading, just do a 10-15 minute meditation and just move your body for 20 minutes. I swear to you, you will have the best day ever tomorrow. Just if you don't believe me, I'll keep quiet. I won't say anything. But I promise you, you do that and it changes everything. And just like you said, Shmula, just if you can't give yourself an hour a day, then like why are you even here? Seriously, like you're just living for
Absolutely.
everybody else. Yeah, it shouldn't be
Yeah.
that way. You were never meant to be on this earth to look after everybody else. You were meant to give. You were meant to show the world, but you were meant to live your own journey. And I think that's so important.
Yes, I agree with you. And while you're at it, have at least 2 or 3 glasses of water in the morning just to get hydrated to start the day. I think that is so important as well.
Absolutely. We're 70% water. So, those horoscopes, the reason they work is because we water, and when the moon moves, the moon controls the tides. So if the moon goes, it's going to control us. That's why it works. I never believed in any of the stuff before. And then you do the science behind it and you realize why. So top up, you have to top up on water. You have to put it in. That's what we made of. So absolutely.
Yes. So, Fadeen, Dark Night of the Soul moment. Tell me about that.
Dark Night of the Soul is where you have nowhere else to go. You can't go any lower. So Dark Night of the Soul for me was broke, owing everybody money. I 10 for about 12 years before my Dark Night of the Soul, I didn't ask anybody for anything. Well, I guess I've asked, but not for money. I've never asked for money in my life. And I literally had like my younger brother coming with groceries to my house. I literally had my older brother like covering me up for wherever needed. My dad, who wasn't working at the time, literally giving me like 500 rand in my hand, saying, "Son, just make sure you're eating at night." And the thing is, your dark night of the soul is all your friends are gone. You learn who your friends are. You learn also who your real people in your life are, who stick by you at that time. And yeah, your dark night soul is literally tucking your pride away, which you have no more, getting up and going, right, I need to do what I need to do now in my life to get to where I have to be. And that's dark night of the soul. And it can come in many forms. It can come in grief, it can come in death, it can come in losing your business, it can come in sickness. That's one of the biggest ones. But the thing is, it's that moment where you go, right, either I'm going to stay here. And a lot of people do. A lot of people stay in the dark night for a while because they just don't realize there's up. Or you realize I have to do something different. I have to do something different. I can't do the same thing. If I do the same thing, I'm not moving anywhere, right? So what do I do different? One of my biggest thing was asking for help. One of my biggest thing was actually saying, I need help now. I do need, like, what do I do? And my older brother and my sister-in-law actually went ahead and they booked me in for this live course. And I was like, I don't do those things, Not here about talking about my feelings and all of those things. And it's where the journey started. And I've never felt energy before, which I do now. It's real. Like, do you know that we only see, I think, 0.3% we can only see around us. That's all our vision can see. Because we can only see three colors. So we somehow convert it into the colors and we only see that. There's so much happening around us we don't see because we don't have the mental capacity to.
Mhm.
There's energy around us all the time. And when I started to feel it and understand it, you could understand how you could change it. And yeah, the dark night is, if you allow it and you surrender to it, it can be your biggest lesson in your life, which can create the most doors, I would say, open to what you're meant to be, to your purpose.
But you've done a whole 360-degree transformation, right? Do you maybe want to share that live course with people? I think it's so important to share it because a lot of people would
Mm,
probably have gone through what you've been through or would encounter it at some point in their lives. And I think you can save them from all of that to go through
mm,
that whole healing process and just nip it in the bud and probably attend one of these or I
mm,
know there's lots of, what do you call it? Spiritual journeys, and
mm,
lots of people are going and doing the NLP courses now and
mm,
life
mm.
coaching. But I mean, your specific one. Do you want to share that?
Sure. I mean, I think I guess it's not the specific course. The one I went one was through a company called Saw Institute. Amazing guys, and it was OCC. But the thing is, OCC, it was OSW, and it's basically like it doesn't. I don't think it matters which course you go on. I just think it matters when you're ready to actually go on it, because a lot of people go on it, and then it's what you do afterwards really that counts. But I'm more
Yes.
than happy, to share it. Please drop me on my social media. I'll send you the links. I think the next one is happening mid-May, and there's no affiliation. Like I just support them. I don't get any kickback from it or anything. I just want as many people as possible to just change their lives and
Mhm.
really go back to their authentic self. And the thing is, it's what you do afterwards, and I think that's where we all come in as a support structure. And it's something that I want to create. I want to create a place where, sure, I've got some dreams to just have a place where people can come and just let go of all of the stress and this thing that comes in through processes and rituals and different things they can do. And definitely, I think the reason why I would recommend a live course is because you need like a kick up the ass. You need something that just hits you hard for like a
Mhm.
weekend. You step in on Friday, you come out on Sunday, it's hard. It's not a gentle, it's not, Shamala, please go and meditate for 15 minutes and feel better. It's like, I'm going to give it to you for 3 days. And then when you come out, then we top up on that. And I
Mhm.
think that that's the life-changing time. And you, it's like so incredible when you are vibrating high, when you are able to have a high vibrating energy field, you attract high vibrating energy things. When you're positive, you attract positivity. And it sounds like this magical thing, but it's not. This is what everybody that is high performers are doing. When you are vibrating high, you are attracting high. Think about it. When you get up rushed, suddenly every traffic light catches you, the taxi in front of you cuts you off, then
Yes.
you just late for
You're in
work.
panic
It's
mode.
like, why? Yes, it's compounding. You're compounding
Mm.
because you are attracting it. You are attracting it. And because you are feeling a certain way, your body only knows how to attract that. So it will pull those things. That's how it works. We all
Yes.
vibrate on this energy field. And it doesn't matter whether you're religious or not. This is exactly what religion teaches us. We're reading it differently. Religion
Yeah.
talks about it. It's all there. Just used a different word. So when you can fix yourself 5 a.m. club, do the hour in the morning, you will get up, you will vibrate high, and you will attract better for the entire day. And that's really just how it operates.
Yes, I still believe that because whenever things go wrong, we say, "Oh, Murphy's law." This is
Yeah,
why, but we have to blame it on something anyway. But just,
sure.
Fadeen, COVID-19, how did that affect you? I know you took into reading and you decided this, you were still on this transformation. Um,
Mm,
how did that, I mean, did it add to any stress, mental health? Let's talk about mental
mm,
health a little bit.
mm. That's all. Like our biggest pandemic is not COVID, it's mental health. It really is because it's such a controversial thing. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I truly believe none of us know what we're talking about in life. There's we don't know because
Mm.
all that we know is what's right for us. So what works for you, Doc, and what works for me is different because in your life, what's right and wrong would be different to me. And when it comes to COVID, I've lost people close to us. My girlfriend's lost grandparents, which I was very close to, and I've seen how that has impacted a family, and it's been intense. It really has. But then, it's difficult because COVID has also allowed us to slow down. It's brought the slowdown which the world needed. The world needed to slow down. People were just too busy. We were too busy moving. We didn't stop. We didn't do the hour in the morning. We weren't focused. And the thing is, it hit the film industry pretty hard. It hit a lot of people pretty hard. I was very blessed, with what I was doing to keep doing what I did through that period. I managed to move in with my parents just before COVID hit, actually, as I was moved out of my place. So I got to actually spend 5 months with them. I mean, yes, a very paranoid feeling, but at least we got to spend time together. But yeah, as far as COVID goes, it affects some people, it doesn't affect others. We don't know why. And I honestly think you put the two together, COVID and mental health, and I feel like if you're in a good space, it's a virus, right? It's something that's going to impact the body. And I believe like you must tell yourself what impacts your body and what doesn't. We don't know how it works. We try to keep safe, just stay safe as much as you can. But the truth is that this too shall pass. It'll never be the same. I think our world will never be what it was. But yeah, we just need to look after ourselves. We need to love each other more. And I think we need to be more patient with each other. Also, we need to not scare so easily. We need to also, we need to be careful. We need to think before we do things. Um, we live in a very cynical world, a world that you know people tell us things because we have to be a certain way, and I think it's important to ask your questions, feel, go with your gut. I call it your instinct. In Christianity, it's Holy Spirit. Go with your what's inside your heart, and you can never go wrong. Because a lot of people out there telling you what to do, and they don't know themselves, but you do. So whatever works for you, do that.
I so agree with you. I think a lot of people out there need more healing
Mm.
than you and I. But I think what you've unpacked in the last half an hour or so would put people on the right track in terms of mental health and taking care of themselves. Because I think, putting in yoga, meditation, exercise, just thinking positively, hanging out with positive people, training your
Mm.
mind, all of that will actually help you to maintain that strong, healthy mind. Do you agree?
Absolutely, because that's the thing, right? So what if I told you that what alcohol, drugs, all of these things, gambling, all of this, it gives you a euphoria feeling. It does something within the mind, but it gets you there without you having to do the work. That's basically what it is. But you can get there naturally. You don't need the substances. Now, the negative with doing the substances, I'm not saying don't do substances. I'm saying, if you just remember that whatever goes up must come down, it's duality. It's going to do that. And if you're getting there not naturally, it's going to have the adverse effect because that's how the body works. But what if you could get there without having to have the drink? What if you could get there without having to smoke the weed or whatever it is? And the thing is that that is what exercise does. That's what nutrition does. And do you know, like Doc, I mean, Doc, you would know, right? Do you have any idea what you eat affects your mental health all the time? It is, it's exactly what it is. You can have the pizza. I'm not saying don't have it. It's called balance. But I'm saying just
Yes,
remember that it's going to do something to you. It's going to have an adverse effect. And people go, I'm feeling down, but then they're not eating the right food. And
yes.
I went vegan for a couple of months, maybe about 6, 7 months to see how that went. I gave up red meat for about 18 months to 2 years, and chicken. I see chicken like every day, and I gave it up. I went into vegan, and I've gone back onto meat now because my iron levels were so low, and that's only because I wasn't doing the vegan diet properly. It is a lifestyle. You need to make
It's
sure you're
all
putting in your
plant-based,
your
yes.
vitamin C.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Vitamin C after you take in your iron and your protein through those substances. But long story short is like meat, if you're eating red meat every day, you are going to be tired. It's just the way you built because it's such a heavy substance that goes into your body. Your body has to utilize like triple the amount of energy to digest it. If you have a McDonald's meal, that thing takes about 5 hours to digest in your body. So before your body takes energy and fixes eyes and face and skin and hair and makes you feel good in your mind, it's taken all that energy to digest that processed food that you put in. So I'm not saying don't eat the McDonald's. I'm saying how often are you eating the McDonald's? Because that's probably why you're feeling the way you feel. And it's
Yes.
difficult in the beginning. It's going to be difficult because the way it works is it takes 22 days to break a habit. So any habit of ours, 22 days of not doing something, you're going to break it. So 22 days, you're going to struggle. then it takes 66 days to install the habit. So if you do something for 66 days, one after each other, it will become a habit. You can't do without it. Your body craves it. So yes, it's difficult in the beginning to give up these things. And I'm not saying just go cold turkey because that's not easy, but think about if you're not feeling good, and I'm prime example. I wasn't feeling good. Let me order takeaways. Let me order pizza. Let me order steers. Let me do
It
whatever.
actually becomes an addiction.
It becomes an addiction because what it does is it gives you a quick fix. It's like the alcohol, it's like the drug.
Yeah.
So you get a quick fix. Sugar, oh my God, sugar. Let me not even start with sugar because sugar is one of the biggest. It sits literally next to the brain where I think heroin sits. So the addiction you get from heroin sits next to sugar.
My
Yet sugar is
goodness.
legal. We give to kids. Heroin, yes, it's that scary. And we're so addicted to sugar because everything has sugar. But the
Yes.
thing is, what sugar does is it gives you a quick high. So you get this, I'm feeling great. Yes, but then you dip, then you need more. So you look at it, and I think the stat is we take in the amount of sugar that in the I think the 1900s they were taking in a week, we take in one meal. That is how scary it is.
My
So
goodness.
obviously, mental health is going to be our biggest problem.
Yes.
So
And
yeah, it's directly related. Yeah, no?
absolutely. And we always say like we go through the day and towards the afternoon we feel that our energy levels have dropped and we need some sugar. And that's when we reach out for this chocolate or something sweet, and it becomes an addiction because then you want to have it every day because you think every day at 3 o'clock my energy levels have just dropped. It's all here, it's all in the mind.
And it's not supposed to. We were never meant to dump in energy. We were never meant. Go on a juice fast. Just do a juice fast, and I promise you, the third, fourth day you struggle. You got headaches. The fifth day you don't dump. You don't know what to do with yourself. You don't dump in energy because suddenly your body realigns the energy levels, and you don't dump. You don't dump. You don't get tired, and you think to yourself, why am I getting tired in the day? It's because of what you're doing. So coming back to the Superman, coming back to being optimal, I'm on this mission now to work to create superhumans, to create myself first to be a superhuman and create this fact that we can live these great lives. And living great life is not being happy all the time. Don't get me wrong, because you can't. It's not possible. We're not built that way. If you pop open the atom, if you look at the atom bounces. There's 95% empty space. It's moving all the time, which means we can't be happy all the time. We have to go. It's duality. But that's fine. It's about understanding that I'm having a shitty day, so let me just have a bad day. It's cool. But don't stay there too long. Come back because you're bound to bounce back. That's why nothing lasts forever, right? Because it's not
Yes.
meant to. It doesn't work.
Wow. So, Fadeen, where to from here? What can we expect from you? Are you going to share this with people? Is it something that you're building onto your business? What can we expect from you?
Yes. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been something that I've been working on for a while. I want to be able to do this. So in the very near future, future is what I would, in very 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 close time, I want to set up something. I want to be able to showcase. And I want to be able to do it through, first of all, myself, which is on this process, and we are moving. Then I want to take a few people and do it for them, and really create something where we'll follow their journeys along the way and be able to show you. So I'm going to take Doc, and I'm saying not that Doc needs it, but I'm saying let's take someone
I need it.
who's looking at
Seriously, I do.
and let's take it, but not only change.
I'll be your guinea pig.
Okay, done. We're on, done. So remember, Doc, we're gonna do this, and we're kind of gonna go through and run a system of not only changing the physical, but changing the mental, which is most important. And we're gonna get your mind in where it should be, and you'll see how the weight drops off because that happens naturally when the mind is there. And then we'll do that through all the tools and all the necessary stuff that we'll do, and we'll go deep. We're gonna go deep, not only through nutrition and through fitness and through meditation, but we're going to go into those childhood traumas and we're going to release all that energy. And when we can do all of those things, we're going to recreate and we're going to bring you back to basically your authentic self. So who you are right now is what the world has done to you over these years that you've been here. But when we can break through all of that, we can bring you through to your authentic self. That's the true inner child. Because have you ever seen a kid between 0 and 7? They don't care. They're running around. They're loving life. You scream at them, they're happy. They argue, they're back to normal. That's the way we're supposed to be living, but we can't because cognitive comes in and it fixes
Yeah.
all of that. But long story short is I want to create that. And once that is shown to the world, and I believe we can do that through whichever means I'm going to, I then want to be able to create program and be able to set it up. I'd love to do it. I'd love to go into schools, and I'm talking about like one of my dreams is to be able to showcase this in like I'm talking lower end environments, societies. I fully believe, and they've done a test where they took 200 Buddhists and they meditated in a city in the US, and they measured the crime, the rape, the hijacking, all of that. And after meditating, I think for 2 weeks straight, they changed the vibrational energy in the city, and there was actually less crime, less everything. It all dropped. And the thing is, I believe that if when you impact me, I impact 10, and those 10 impact 10, and they impact 10, and then that's how you create a change in this world.
Yes.
So that's what I want to do. I want to take a group of people, change that, and then I want to introduce it and see how do I do it physically and then online as well. And yeah, let's just change. Let's get people living optimally again. Let's show people that the stuff that you're worrying about, you don't need to. You don't need to. You
Yes.
can do this. And I think that's my goal through everything. And yeah, I've got some cool films that also coming up, so that's pretty exciting. But I
Yay, I
think
want to
it's
hear
it's
about that. I'm also on the actor circuit now.
good, Doc. We will chat. Now, I've got something coming up, which I think we'll release through a nice media PR, and I think it's so exciting to get back into the world again. But it's so much different this time, It's so much different to step back in and come back and say, hey guys, this is it, but it's a different way, the real way, the way I should have done it. And I think before this all happened because I wasn't ready, but oh, I'm ready now. I'm
I
ready. I've
think
got it. So.
I think don't
Yeah.
take the blame, all the blame. We tend to blame ourselves, but things happen for a reason. You've learned from the experiences. I think that's important, and you
Mhm,
know what not to do going forward. So
mhm,
we take it as part of life's challenges.
Absolutely. And you're saying something which is so beautiful. If you take full responsibility for your life, just don't blame anything or anybody. Just take full responsibility for everything that's happened in your life. You will see changes because I can't change you, Doc. You can't change me, but I can change myself, right?
Yes.
So when you fully take responsibility and go, okay, why did something happen to me? Maybe it was my fault. My fault is maybe a strong word. Maybe it was a reason. You can make the change and you
Mhm.
will see a ripple effect of changes that will happen. And that's really, and so like you said, absolutely. Maybe the word is don't be so hard on myself. Perhaps
Yes.
that's it. And I think that
Yes.
that's what has worked. Yeah. But definitely full responsibility. What I've done because it's all me and it meant to happen and I've learned and it's up to me whether I want to do those things or not again. And I choose not to. The bad is the wrong word. The lessons I've learned, the great stuff I keep doing. And that's life.
I love that. So we're running out of time. Gosh, I could speak to you forever. Your last
I
words.
like
What would be your best advice to people out there? I mean, you've been through this entire journey. You've transformed into this new Fadeen Mia. You've got so much in
mm.
store and on the horizon, coming forth. What's your best advice to not just people of your age, but just in general, people across the globe? This is a global chat show. Share.
Look, you were meant to be here. So whatever you're going through is meant to happen. If you can start there and just realize that whatever you're going through is part of your journey, then start knowing that you can change it. You have fully created this, whatever you're going through. And it's so important to know that there is help out there. There's nothing wrong. Funny Doc, right? I was speaking to family members and we said, you're going through some problems in your relationship. Go see a therapist, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing, I'm not crazy. I don't need to see a therapist. No, no, no. We all crazy. We all going through something. Trust me, seek help. Get a coach, get a therapist, go do some self-help books. Whatever you're going through is normal, but it can be helped. And I think there's always a support structure out there. Also, just love the world, just start loving the world. Be positive. Don't like the more love we bring to this world, that's what people need. Your next person is only being mean to you because they have a lot of pain inside of them. That's all. It's not that they were never built like that. No baby is born into this world being a mean person. It doesn't work that way. They mean because of what they've gone through. I'm mean because of what I've gone through. So be gentle with people. They need more of that. Just be more kinder, be more gentle, smile at the waiter, laugh at the person on the train. Just be more loving to the world, and I swear your world will change.
Yes, I so agree with you. Fadeen, we must actually talk offline, but if there's anybody else that wants to
Yes.
get onto a speaker slot, because, okay, it's voluntary. I'm the chairperson for Ladies of All Nations International, the UK-based organization, but I'm the chairperson for South Africa. And we
Mhm.
often have events, summits, conferences, and we look for speakers. And I'd love to get you on one of the events, that's coming forward. So let us talk.
Love.
And if there's anybody
Yeah.
else that wants to actually get onto that speaker slot, please just drop me an email, redcornershow@gmail.com. And if you'd like to be on the Red Corner Show as well, please just drop me an email and you can inspire people like Fadeen Mia. Fadeen, we are so looking forward to seeing what's next with you. Keep in touch. And also, do you want to share your contact details?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, back on social media finally. I've been trying to take some pics. So just go ahead, but hit me up. I've been getting an amazing support, a lot of communication. I'm sorry, I'm trying my utmost to get to my inbox and stuff, and I will do. And it's so much more of a closer relationship now. So please hit me up, Fadeen Mia. I don't think there's any other Fadeen Mia. So just check me out on Instagram, on Facebook, and let's connect. Let's chat. Let's talk about life. Let's get deep. That's all we want to do. And yeah, wherever I can help, I'm here to share that. That's all that I'm about. I want to change the world for the better. I'm here to make this world great. It already is. It's in balance, I know, but I'm here for a purpose, and let's start off there. So please connect with me. I'm willing. I want to listen. I want to hear your story.
Wonderful. I love it. Also, check my YouTube channel, subscribe to it. There are lots of chats from people across the globe, inspirational stories, stories that's going to help you with your journeys as well. So, whoever wants to watch it and listen in, you're going to learn so much. Thank you so much, Fadeen Mia, for coming on board and chatting to me on the Red Corner Show. I wish you everything of the best, and I know that you have the right mindset now and you can do whatever you want to, and you're going to achieve the greatest.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything. Keep on changing the world, shining, and yeah, let's keep doing what we're doing. All the best.
Awesome. And we'll chat soon. And yes, I'm looking forward to that transformational journey as well.
Absolutely. Look after yourself, Doc. We'll chat soon.
Thank you. You too. Take care. Bye.